What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to today's installment of Renegades Reviews. Merry Christmas. Join me today as I review what is quite possibly the quintessential Christmas movie of all time, It's a Wonderful Life. Now, as with A Christmas Carol, if for whatever reason you've been living under a rock and have no idea what happens with It's a Wonderful Life, an angel helps a compassionate but despairingly frustrated businessman by showing what life would have been like if he had never existed. This movie was released on January 7th, 1947, about 2 weeks after Christmas. Stars James Stewart, Donna Reed, Henry Travers, Lionel Barrymore, Thomas Mitchell, Carolyn Grimes, a slew of others, including an uncredited role by a man who had made quite a career for himself many years prior to this as a boy named Alfalfa. That's right, Carl Schweitzer is in this movie as the high school sweetheart of Mary, who eventually becomes Mrs. Bailey, George's wife. And he's the one who begins the process of opening the swimming pool during the Charleston number in the high school gymnasium. This movie is an interesting one for me in that when I was a lot littler, I was bored to tears by this movie. This movie clocks in at 2 hours and 10 minutes, which means that for television it aired over about a 3-hour block. And it's a very slow-moving film to begin with, in the fact that probably a good hour and 40 minutes of it is backstory. Why George Bailey is the way he is. You know, he saves his brother from falling into an icy patch where he damages his ear. And he wishes of getting out of Old Bedford Falls where they live. And he's supposed to go away to college, but he can't because something comes up. And then he's supposed to go on a trip to Europe and start college 4 years later. And he's unable to. And then the war happens, and his brother Harry goes to war and becomes a war hero, while George is stuck holding down the fort in Bedford Falls. Everything that George wanted for himself, Harry seems to get, more often than not at the expense of George, whether it's monetarily his expense or just George being held back. And George resents this a little bit, but he doesn't really resent his brother because it's not his brother's fault personally, but he just resents the fact that he can never really get out of Bedford Falls. And finally he's going to get out of Bedford Falls and go on his honeymoon, and the depression hits. And there's a run on the bank and the run on his building and loan, and they have to use his personal money that was set aside for the honeymoon in order to satisfy his customers. And by the time the building and loan closes for the evening that day, they've got a whopping $2 left. And even in 1947, you can't do much on $2. This movie, now as I am older, is one of my favorites. Probably my number one Christmas movie of all time. And it's weird to see how things change from when you're a kid and you're bored by things until you get older and you can appreciate things more. I don't know if it's the same with any of you, my listeners. You know, I'm sure a number of you were probably bored by this as kids too. Some of you may not even be able to watch it today because you still get bored by it. But for me, it's a movie that has grown on me a lot specifically in the last 10 years, and very much more so in the past 7 since I've been a father. You know, the whole family aspect of it has really hit home to me. And a little bit of trivia for those of you that may not know this, it's been rumored that the Sesame Street characters Ernie and Bert were named after the cab driver and the cop in this movie, both of whom are also named Ernie and Bert. Very, very good friends in the movie. Bert and Ernie, of course, are best friends on Sesame Street. Bert and Ernie in the movie don't live together like the ones on Sesame Street do, but it's been long rumored that that is where Jim Henson got the names for those two particular characters. What I want to know from all of you who are listening to this on Christmas afternoon, once again, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a fantastic morning and got everything you wanted and more. My question to you is, what do you think of It's a Wonderful Life? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, as always. And what is your quintessential Christmas movie? Your number one all-time favorite? Don't give me a list. Don't say it's a tie. I need you to narrow it down to just one movie. What is your quintessential all-time favorite Christmas movie? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comment box, and I will try to run through and mention a few of them on the air when I do my final Christmas show on New Year's Eve. Until then, leave your thoughts on It's a Wonderful Life in the comment box. Tweet them to me at ROWJJWilliams. Leave your number one quintessential Christmas movie in the comment box, or tweet it to me at ROWJJWilliams. Let me know what movies you would like for me to review come January 1st, when we get away from Christmas movies for at least 10 months. Leave those suggestions in the comment box or tweet them to me at ROWJJWilliams. And until tomorrow, when I bring you yet another holiday movie right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel and Renegade Reviews, I am the Renegade JJ Williams, once again wishing you a very Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you tomorrow.